Training a dog can often seem like a daunting task, especially for first-time pet owners. However, with the right approach, it can also be an incredibly rewarding experience that strengthens the bond between you and your furry friend. Over the course of 7 days, I embarked on a journey to train my dog, Max, a spirited golden retriever with an insatiable curiosity and a penchant for mischief. The following narrative outlines the effective steps I took to train him, ensuring that the process was enjoyable for both of us. Day 1. Establishing a connection. The first day was all about building a solid foundation of trust and understanding. I began by spending quality time with Max, allowing him to explore his new environment while I observed his behaviors. I wanted to understand what motivated him. Treats, toys, and praise were the 3 pillars of his excitement. I gathered an assortment of his favorite treats, ranging from small bits of chicken to crunchy kibble, each chosen to keep him engaged. I introduced him to basic commands such as sit and stay. Using a calm voice, I encouraged him to sit by holding a treat above his nose and slowly moving it back over his head. As he naturally lowered his bottom to the ground, I praised him enthusiastically and rewarded him with the treat. Repetition was key, and I repeated this process several times, ensuring short sessions of no more than 10 minutes to keep his attention. By the end of the day, Max had mastered sit, and I felt a surge of pride. On day 2, reinforcing commands with fun. On the second day, I focused on reinforcing what Max had learned while adding an element of fun. We played games that incorporated his new command. For instance, I would ask him to sit before throwing his favorite ball. This not only made him excited to obey, but also created a positive association with the command. Every time he followed through, I rewarded him with praise and a throw of the ball. I also introduced the command come. I started by having him on a leash in a safe, enclosed area. I crouched down, opened my arms wide, and called his name, followed by come. The moment he took a step toward me, I showered him with praise and treats. Gradually, I increased the distance between us, ensuring that I always rewarded him when he came to me. This day was filled with laughter and tail wags, and I could see that Max was enjoying the process as much as I was. Day 3. Socialization and new experiences. By day 3, I recognized the importance of socialization in training. I took Max to the local park, where he could encounter other dogs and people. This outing would not only help him become accustomed to different environments, but also reinforce his training in a more distracting setting. I brought along a few treats to maintain his focus amidst the excitement. At the park, I practiced the sit command again, this time with more distractions. Whenever he obeyed, I rewarded him, reinforcing the idea that good behavior leads to positive outcomes. I also met a few other dog owners, which allowed Max to interact with their pets. I encouraged him to sit before greeting each new dog, teaching him patience and self-control. By the end of the day, he had made new friends, and I felt a sense of accomplishment in helping him navigate social situations. Day 4. Addressing behavioral issues. As the training progressed, I realized that Max had a few behavioral quirks that needed addressing. One of them was his tendency to jump on guests when they entered the house. On day 4, I focused on correcting this behavior through consistent training. I set up a scenario by having a friend come over, and I prepared Max beforehand. Before my friend arrived, I practiced the sit command with Max, ensuring he understood that sitting was the desired behavior when someone entered. When my friend knocked on the door, I had Max sit beside me. As soon as the door opened, I rewarded him for staying put. I repeated this process several times, gradually increasing the excitement level by having my friend engage with him only when he remained calm. Throughout the day, I also worked on the leave it command, teaching Max to ignore distractions such as food on the floor or toys he wasn't allowed to touch. I held a treat in my hand, and as he tried to get it, I firmly but gently said, "Leave it." When he backed away, I praised him and offered a different treat. This command would prove invaluable, especially in preventing him from scavenging during our walks. Day 5. Building on skills with advanced commands. By the 5th day, I felt confident enough to introduce some advanced commands. I began with down, which I found to be a bit challenging for Max. I started by having him sit, then gently guiding him into a lying position by moving the treat from his nose down to the ground. It took several attempts, but with patience and encouragement, he eventually got the hang of it. Each time he succeeded, I celebrated with lots of praise and treats. Next, I introduced the command stay. I had Max sit, then slowly backed away while holding my hand up, signaling him to stay. I gradually increased the distance and duration, rewarding him for remaining in place. This command not only helped with his impulse control, but also reinforced the trust we were building. To keep the training lively, I incorporated playtime between commands. After a successful session, we would play a game of tug-of-war or fetch. This balance of work and play kept Max engaged and eager to learn more. Day 6. Practicing in real-life situations. On the 6th day, I decided it was time to practice Max's skills in real-life situations. I took him to a pet-friendly cafe where we could enjoy a snack while working on his training. I brought along a blanket for him to sit on, which would be his designated spot. I asked him to sit and stay while I ordered my drink, and to my delight, he complied beautifully. While at the cafe, I practiced commands like leave it when he became interested in other patrons' food. I rewarded him for ignoring the distractions around him. I also had him practice come when I called him from a short distance. Each time he obeyed, I made sure to reward him with treats and affection, reinforcing the idea that good behavior is always rewarded. This day was a testament to how far Max had come. He remained calm and collected in a bustling environment, and I felt immense pride in his progress. The experience was not only beneficial for him, but also enjoyable for me, as I could see our hard work paying off. Day 7. Celebrating achievements and future goals. Finally, Day 7 arrived, and I wanted to celebrate our week of training. I organized a mini graduation ceremony at home, inviting a few friends and their dogs to join us. I prepared a small obstacle course in the backyard, incorporating all the commands Max had learned. My friends were excited to see the results of our training. As the dogs navigated the course, I called out commands for Max to follow, and he executed them with enthusiasm. He sat, stayed, and came on command, impressing everyone with his newfound skills. After completing the course, I rewarded him with treats and plenty of praise, reinforcing his achievements. To wrap up the day, I discussed future training goals with my friends. I realized that training is an ongoing process, and there's always room for improvement. I set new objectives for Max, such as learning tricks like roll over and play dead. I also plan to continue his socialization by regularly visiting parks and dog-friendly events. Reflecting on the past week, I felt a deep sense of fulfillment. The bond between Max and me had strengthened through our training journey. Each day had brought its challenges and triumphs, but the laughter, joy, and companionship made every moment worthwhile. I understood that training a dog is not just about teaching commands. It's about building a relationship based on trust, respect, and love. As I sat on the couch with Max curled up beside me, I knew that our adventures were just beginning. The training we had done together was merely the first step in a lifelong journey of learning, exploration, and fun. With the right approach, patience, and a sprinkle of creativity, training could be a delightful experience, transforming both dog and owner into a well-coordinated team ready to take on the world together.